Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. So I'm gonna be on here for a few minutes because I'm pumping and I don't have my tripod. But I just wanted to talk to you guys for a second concerning my health and postpartum. So today, early this morning, I had to call EMS to my house. It was about 3 a.m. in the morning. I was laying in the bed breastfeeding my daughter like I always do. And all of a sudden, my chest started hurting me. I started feeling like my head started feeling heavy and I started feeling nauseous. My husband came upstairs to help me and I called EMS. I called my mom first, and then she told me to call 911. And so I called them. They came, they checked me out. For the most part, they said everything was okay. I definitely do have to follow up with my doctor. I've had some fears about whether or not if I'm sick. All of a sudden, I just started feeling nauseous. And today is July 31st. And I started feeling nauseous, I noticed when I was breastfeeding. And so I want to talk about postpartum really briefly because I noticed something happened to me when I came home from the hospital that happened to me when I had my previous daughter 7 years ago. I was actually looking at a Facebook post from that time, from 7 years ago, or not 7 years ago, maybe 6 years ago when I had gave birth to Isabel. And the post was talking about my appetite. It was the same month. It was like maybe a few days after I had given birth to Isabel. And I had posted on Facebook something about my appetite, not having an appetite. And I quickly remembered that what I'm going through now, I went through 6 years ago, but I didn't breastfeed. And so I think that's played a role as well. So basically what I'm going through is when I came home from the hospital, I noticed that certain foods made me feel kind of disgusted. Certain foods that I used to eat. And to not be specific, I'll just say rich foods. I ate a lot of rich foods when I was pregnant. Healthy rich foods. So I ate a lot of heavy creams, like organic heavy creams. I ate a lot of eggs. I ate a lot of cheese. I made a lot of rich recipes and I loved them. I loved savory foods. I didn't really like sweet food whatsoever. But I don't remember 6 years ago how that whole thing played out. But during this time, when I came home, I tried to eat. I've been trying to eat I had tried to eat when I first came home, some of the same rich foods that I ate while I was pregnant. And I noticed that, sorry for the shaky footage. Let's try to sit up. I tried to eat some of the rich foods that I ate when I was pregnant, and I was having difficulty in what I can explain it. I'll try to explain the best I can, feeling disgusted. And so it's basically like this feeling of my saliva glands in my mouth like swell up with saliva. And I was getting this like funny feeling in my stomach. Kind of like feeling a little sick, a little off, a little sick. And all of a sudden, it's like you almost want to throw up or gag because of what you've eaten has created way too much saliva in your mouth. And so you need something acidic to cut through that saliva, you know, to thin it out. That's the best I can explain how I've been feeling. And I also noticed when I was in the hospital, like after I had my daughter, I had Popeyes, which is a rich food as well. Like the grease and everything is always rich. And I noticed right immediately after I had that Popeye's chicken that I literally had to get something sweet but acidic in my mouth. And so I ate applesauce, and that helped. And so I've been having appetite problems because when I think about food, I don't feel the same that I felt when I was pregnant. And so for the last 4 weeks, I will wake up, you know, I'm not really getting much sleep, but I will wake up and I feel, and I'm pumping as well. So if you guys hear that sound, it's because I'm pumping. I wake up and I feel like nothing sounds good today. I wake up and I feel like nothing sounds good today. No food sounds good. But what does sound good is like snacks. So like nuts, applesauce, candy even sounds good. Cake, ice cream. And so most days, I hadn't been taking care of my health in the aspect that I'll go all day without eating. And I told you guys about this. I think I spoke a little bit about this in one of my previous postpartum vlogs. I go all day not eating anything. Like my first meal will be like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, even as late as 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And the first thing that will touch my lips is something sweet. And I was expecting for it to just get progressively better. You know, me to start getting back to normal. And I know I'm still in postpartum. And so it takes time, but I'm in the mindset now to where it's like, I feel like I have to like start training my body to go back in that healthier direction, because it's like, in my mind, I'm thinking, well, it's okay. I'm not eating, you know, I'm not eating normally. That's okay. I still eat at least one meal a day, and I eat it, and it's a big meal. So it's like 1,000 calories or something. And then I'll eat some snacks. I'll eat some cake. I eat some ice cream. So I'm still getting the calories. Everything's good. I had a talk with my mother this morning, and she's like, no, that's not good. That's not good. It's not good because you ate healthier when you were pregnant. You really hate it. You really didn't really want a lot of sweet stuff. And I didn't. Like, I could eat, I started liking ice cream towards the end of my pregnancy, but for the most part, that was really it. I had like a small bowl of ice cream every night after dinner. But this is after I've had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know what I'm saying? And I would eat unhealthy sometimes, as far as like, you know, certain fast food, burgers and stuff, pizzas, but that was not every day. That was like once a week. You know what I'm saying? Majority of the time. And so basically what I'm trying to say is that what I'm experiencing, a part of this postpartum, is I'm experiencing an issue with my appetite. And I've decided today that yesterday was the last day that I was going to allow myself to wake up and just eat things that are unhealthy, like eat sugar, like just sugar, like, you know, like cake. Just eat a bunch of unhealthy sweets. Yesterday was the last day. So if you're listening to me, if you're a mother, if you're getting ready to give birth, if you're in postpartum, take care of yourself. Okay, you guys, I just got to Walmart here, and we're gonna go ahead and go in and look for formula, pacifier. I'm praying I can find a good one that she will take, because what's really happening is that she really wants to suck, but the ones that I have for her, she don't like those ones. She don't like them. And so I need to find a pacifier that she's going to want to suck once she's done eating, because I just nursed her again, and she was nursing for like 30 minutes and then she fall asleep. So I pulled my breast out of her mouth and she's still asleep. But the minute I grab her to try to put her, to lay her down for bed, you know, she wake up crying and she want to nurse again. She want to suck again. So that's telling me that she needs a pacifier, because that's going to make her feel the comfort. And that's what she wants. Thank you. It's my shoe. So basically that's telling me that that's going to be the comfort that she needs to, you know, sleep. And so I was thinking the whole time she didn't want a pacifier, but it's not that she doesn't want a pacifier, it's that she wants a pacifier. She wants a pacifier that she likes, that resembles my breast, because my breast to her is comfort. And I can't just have it rammed in her mouth 24/7. You know, can't do that. So I'm trying to figure out a healthy balance. And so I'm gonna do some research, you guys, because I need to find a healthy balance. But I'm not being hard on myself. I'm trying to find a balance, you guys. And so that being said, let's go ahead and look for a pacifier for baby. Okay, so here are the pacifiers, you guys. Holy Spirit, help me, Lord. Help me, Holy Spirit, find a good pacifier for your precious baby. So this is basically what she's been having. This is what she has currently. These are not working for her. She doesn't like the nipple. She doesn't like the nipple on those. Ultralight 0 to 6. What do y'all think about those? I think this is kind of close. Let's look at these. Oh no, that's not what she likes. What about these? What do you guys think about these? To be honest, I like this color, but I feel like this color I'd be able to find better if it gets lost. This color would blend in because I have a lot of beige in my home. So these might be an option. These just look, I don't know, those don't look right to me. These might be an option too, but these might be an option too. Let me see. These are actually the same thing. They look exactly the same. I feel like this one's a little bigger though. Like it'll be heavy. Yeah, I feel like those would be a little heavier. These are kind of like, or I really don't know if they're heavier because these got 4 in it, but I don't know. And then something like this to keep it so it doesn't get lost. To put on her clothes. Something like this or this here. I feel like this is cheaper. It's only $2.98, so I think we're gonna try these. That looks interesting. What I like about these is that I don't have to worry about water getting locked in them. With these here, water gets inside of these, you guys. Water gets inside of these nooks. But with this, water is not gonna get in that. So it's gonna be more sanitary as well. They also have some event flow ones down here with a smaller nipple. I really don't know. Like, I have no way of knowing which one she's gonna like. But I think I might grab these too, because these look this look like something she might like too. You know, let me see. So these nipples are, they look slightly, do they look the same? Let me see. Hold on, you guys, let me show you. Do they look the same? They look exactly the same. But these ones feel lighter. So these might even be better, because it just feels like lighter in her mouth. But at the same time, my nipple is heavy. Like, my boob is heavy. So these might work too. I really don't know. But because they're the same exact layout, it makes no sense to get, I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna get them because it makes no sense. I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to do, I'm gonna just get what I think might work, pretty much. That's all the selection that they have. And so we're gonna try this and see if it works. So we have that, there's that. Now we're gonna go and got a breastfeeding swaddle thing there. That's pretty cool. Now we're gonna try and see if they have the saying breast milk. Okay, they do. Is there somebody, let me see. Do I just push the, gotta push a call button here. Yes, I need this infant formula right here. This one here. This is the one I use. And I need 2 of these two infant ones right here. I know they normally come and take them up to the front. I don't think they let me take them. Yeah, both of those. Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you. So I'm gonna stock up on these, you guys, because the last time I came here, they wouldn't let me take it. They had to take it up to the front for me. So but this guy let me take it. But now I'm gonna get tuna, because I'm gonna eat tuna like this entire time this month. So now I'm just gonna grab tuna, and then I'm gonna go back home and see if my baby likes this pacifier, if she's still awake, because my husband does a very good job of putting her to sleep, and it's very possible. Does this say canned seafood? Probably over here, because canned seafood, tuna is canned seafood, right? But my husband does a really good job. Look, they have bone broth here, chicken bone broth. I'm watching videos on the things I need to be eating. Bone broth was a good one. What do they have in it? Let's see. Chicken bone broth, natural flavor, yeast extract, seafood, sea salt. But let's go ahead and see if we can find some cans of tuna, because it's great protein. I'm gonna be eating tuna and salmon this week. Tuna and salmon. They even said mackerel was good to eat. I don't really want any mackerel right now, but I'm gonna do tuna for like my lunches this week. And I'm gonna do salmon. So here's the tunas over here. They got a 4-pack, a small 4-pack for $3.22, and then they got the big ones, trunk light, skipjack tuna, water, vegetable broth, and salt. That doesn't seem bad to me. And it's 24 grams of protein. So I might just get this one here. Just one. Nothing wrong with vegetable broth. Or I might get 2 of these, because 2 of these is probably one of those. I mean 2 of those. And it's supposed to be 2 of them is 4, a little over 4 something, but no. Just in case. Okay, and then I have eggs. And so we're gonna get that, and then I'm gonna go look at the salmon. I'm just gonna go look at the salmon. I'm not really feeling salmon, but I'll eat some. It sounds for dinner. It sounds okay to me for dinner. So wherever they have it, actually, I think it's down here. So, and that'll be lighter on my stomach as well after having, you know, nausea. It'll be lighter on my stomach to have to have salmon. And so here's some Atlantic salmon right here. Atlantic salmon, color added through feed. Fish Atlantic salmon, farm raised. I would like wild, to be honest. I don't want the color stuff in it. This one is $20, and then everybody can get some. I get this something like this. But is this farm raised? Yeah, this is farm raised. I mean, if it comes down to it, I'll just eat it. But I would really like something that's not farm raised. So me and the baby is at the grocery store, but like I was saying, I feel a lot better today, you guys. I still feel like I could get more sleep, but I feel 80% better than what I did when I had to call EMS out to the house. Long story short, my mom helped me pinpoint what was wrong. And it really was like, it truthfully was, the baby's falling asleep. It truthfully was like what I was eating. Like, I was thinking, because, and I'm gonna just walk and talk with y'all for a minute before I even start grabbing stuff. But I was like thinking that because the simple fact that I'm not eating much all day, that it's all right if I have the ice cream for breakfast. It's all right if I have the cake, even though truthfully knowing that it wasn't good that I had it, and I truthfully knew that, like in my heart of hearts, that having those things were not healthy. But I thought that it wasn't having as much of an effect on me for the simple fact that it's like, okay, your body's like digesting this stuff. But here's the bigger picture. It wasn't only just hurting me in the long term, but it was hurting the baby in an aspect, because it was not good for the baby at all. And I know that eating certain things is not good. You know, certain unhealthy stuff is not good for the baby. But I really didn't understand the impact of it when it came to the breast milk. Like, I just completely didn't understand, and I underestimated the power of breast milk, honestly. Once again, for those of you who don't know, I have a 7 and 14-year-old, but this is my 3rd child. And like I said, I had a baby a month ago, but this is my first time breastfeeding, and so I didn't all the way breastfeed my kids, my other 2 kids. I didn't breastfeed my son at all. My daughter, I breastfed for like a week, maybe 3 days, something like that. I don't really fully remember, but it wasn't long enough to understand breastfeeding. And so all of this is still new to me. And so if you're wondering, like, well, why is she acting, you know, why does it seem like it's new to her? She has other kids, that's why. Also, every child is different. And so basically what happened is that I experienced like my baby, like she was just more awake, more fussy these last few days. And my mother helped me pinpoint. She's like, she helped me understand directly how my breast milk was affecting my baby. And I could cry right now because I'm just so grateful for my mother, because she was just like, well, first of all, you can't sleep at night because you're eating this, you know, this sweet stuff. You're eating a lot of sweet stuff. You're craving sweet stuff. You're eating all this sweet stuff. You can't sleep at night. And what do you think that it's doing to the baby? Baby can't sleep either because your milk is sweet. Your milk is, you got all this sugar in your milk. So she's not getting rest that she needs to get. And that's going to make her, you know, want to stay up and stuff like that. And then not to mention, it could also be hurting her stomach. She could make her gassy or whatever. And so you need to, you know, you need to think about that. You know, you're breastfeeding, so you need to think about everything that you do, because everything you do directly affects her. And I wasn't thinking about it like that, like in that aspect, because I had been eating sweet stuff for 4 weeks, and it wasn't until recently that it got like this. And so to me, in my opinion, you know, she's been doing fine. And so basically my mom was like, try eating healthier. Make sure you're taking your vitamins and stuff like that. Continue to take your vitamins, eat healthier, and eat things that make you sleep deeply, like make you get a good sleep. So she's like, oatmeal. You eat some oatmeal, that's gonna really make you sleep well and make her sleep well, because that's a kind of food that really fills you up and has a lot of nutrients in it and stuff like that. And I said, okay. And so I'm literally, it hasn't even been maybe a full 24 hours yet, and I'm seeing the difference in my daughter. Now, I'm not saying that I could be eating healthy all I want to, and there might still be some days where she's fussy or she stays up or whatever. So I'm not saying that this alone is going to help. But what I am saying is that I do believe that it has helped, because my daughter has been calm. She's been calmer today. She's been calmer. She's really been wanting to sleep. I hadn't been able to take her out of the house. Literally, she's been in the house for over a week or so, because, I mean, not even able for me to like take her nowhere in the car, like nowhere. Thank God she didn't have no doctor's appointment, because I wouldn't have been able to take her literally nowhere, because every time I put her in the car, she would be fussy, real fussy, upset, and just, you know, just unable, and you know, for me to take her anywhere. And so I'm just so grateful, because I've seen the change in my baby. I've seen the change in everything that I'm doing. And so that being said, I want to show you guys, like, I want you guys to come along with me on this journey of just being healthier, eating healthier, and everything like that, because I care. Like, I even started having like anxiety during this time, like me just not eating healthy, eating all this sweet stuff all the time. I started having anxiety, you guys, when it comes to being pregnant. I started missing being pregnant. Like, I started having I started having separation anxiety. Like, literally, when she would sleep, I couldn't sleep. I'm just up looking at her, like, and then something inside of my womb is just like wanting that missing. Like, I started missing a child in my womb. Like, it's crazy. And struggling to let go of the fact that I'm not pregnant no more. Like, literally, I started going through all of that, you guys. And just a lot of it, I think, really did a lot of it had to do with the fact, I believe, of how I was eating. Some of it was obviously because, you know, I just had a baby. But a lot of it too was all of that anxiety I was feeling is what I was eating. It's what I was eating. It was the sugar in the food. So that being said, just changing that alone has helped tremendously with how I feel. And now, like today, right now, as I'm talking to y'all, I feel more mentally stable. I feel, you know, it's like I'm not mourning the fact that she's not in my stomach no more. I'm celebrating the fact that I can hold her on, I could put her on my chest. I can have her close to me. You know, she's with me now. I get to see her grow. I get to see her develop. Something that I had, a baby that I had in my womb all 9 months, all this long time. Now I get to see the benefits and the fruit. I get to see the fruit of what I, you know what I'm saying, produced. I get to see it. All of that food, mama said, your food, everything you ate, everything you did, it shaped and molded this little girl. And now you get to reap those benefits. You know what I'm saying? So we're getting ground beef here. I'm gonna make some hamburger helper tonight. So I got ground beef. I'm gonna make some turkey with it, ground turkey with it too, because I need the protein. So we're gonna get the leanest turkey. This Jenny O right here. We're gonna get this. It has 28 grams of protein in each serving, and there's 4 servings in here. So we're gonna use that whole pack. And we're gonna make enough to where I don't have to cook tomorrow. And so now we're gonna go get some elbow noodles. I know I have shredded cheese at home, so I don't think I need any more cheese right now. And so we're gonna do that, ground beef and ground turkey, and we're gonna make homemade hamburger helper. I'm actually going live on my other channel. Oh, I see a pregnant woman. Y'all, I never thought I would miss this. Like, I'm telling you, you cannot take for granted your life. It might be hard sometimes, but don't take it for granted. Like, soak up every moment, because I literally looking at pregnant women now, and I'm like low-key jealous. Like, I want to be pregnant again, like right now. But I know that's a part of the postpartum too, because it's like, really, realistically, no, you don't. You're talking about you want to be pregnant right now, but you know you do not want to be pregnant. Like, you barely get sleep now. Like, what do you think you're gonna do, like, getting pregnant right now? But low-key, I know I want to do this again, if God allows. If he doesn't, I'm cool. I'm grateful for what I have, okay? Like, stop. I'm grateful for what I had. But now we're gonna get some elbow noodles, you guys. We're gonna get, I'm gonna try these. I think these go good in the tuna salad, the salad macaroni noodles. I think these go really good in tuna salad. You know, I'm not gonna get these. I was gonna get those, but no, I'm gonna get the box, because at home I have 1 box of Barilla, and I'm going to get another box of Barilla. Also, this time, instead of using an all ketchup, I'm gonna try tomato sauce. So I'm gonna get some, wait, I have some tomato sauce at home. I'm gonna get another can. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm taking my time. I'm not even gonna stop recording. I'm just gonna keep recording and talking to you guys, because it is literally helping me, baby, to have somebody to talk to right now. So anyway, let's just keep going. Let's go get the macaroni. But yeah, you guys, so that being said, I just want to do something nice for my mom, because she really has helped me tremendously, and I couldn't do this without her. Like, hey, you guys, we're home now. I also want to say, before I forget, I'm noticing, and don't mind her, she got the hiccups, but I want to say I'm noticing that with me eating more nutrient-dense food, that she gets fuller faster. Because when I was feeding her, you know, a day or 2 ago, she was getting like, she was sucking more, having to suck longer. But with me eating like nutrient-dense food that I've been eating, tuna, I've been eating like a lot of more protein. So like tuna, I've been eating my oats, granola. We'll do a eat with me, you know, like a what I eat in a day. Like, we'll do that, and maybe I can include it in here, like everything that I eat tomorrow. Maybe I can include it in this video to show you guys what I've been eating, because she's crying because she got the hiccups. She don't like the hiccups. But let me get up out of here. But I wanted to pop in and say that before I forget, that I definitely have noticed that she gets full faster with me changing my diet, with me eating nutrient dense food versus a lot of empty calories. Yeah. Hey y'all, so basically, to finish off the week, today is Saturday, week 5 of postpartum. I just wanted to come in and let you guys know that something big is about to happen to me, to you, if you're listening to this. Something big is about to happen in a major way, and God is about to take us to a level that we've never experienced, we've never been at before. And I just want you guys to just listen to this as I document this. Yesterday was a really, really hard day. every day it started off fine. It started off good. And then around 5:30 p.m., my husband's calling me frantically. But to back it up just a little bit, before my husband called me, my stepdaughter called me, which is my husband's daughter, oldest daughter. She lives in Jamaica. She's from Jamaica. She lives in Jamaica still. But she called me, to confide in me about some personal things that she was going through. And as I'm on the phone with her, towards the end of our conversation, I'm praying for her. I'm praying. And then my husband calls me, and I'm thinking to myself, I'll just call him back. No problem. Calls me the second time, I'm thinking I'll just call him back. And then the third time, she's hearing it, and she's like, is Dad calling? I said, yeah. And then she's like, okay. I said, well, hold on real quick, because I wanted to finish the prayer. So I answer the phone, and he's yelling on the phone frantically. And he's like, babe, I got in an accident. And I'm like, first of all, I want to know, is everybody okay? Is everybody okay? He's like, yeah. But I was like, is the car okay? He's like, no. So long story short, my husband got into an accident yesterday and totaled my car. And I say my car because this is my baby. This is the car it was the car that I bought. Hyundai Elantra's 2010, very good on gas. But it's a tiny little car. That was my first car. Not my first car. That was my second ever car in life. But my first car that I got when with my husband. So when I met my husband, like I had literally met my husband, and then 2 months later or a month later, I got that car. I had that car before I had my daughter Isabel, and she's just turned 7. And I just had a baby. I'm still going through, trying to regulate my hormones and everything like that. And so I'm just so surprised at my reaction. All I wanted to do is get to the scene. I just wanted to get to the scene, which wasn't far from our home, and pick up my other kids. I had the baby with me, thank God, but my other kids were in the car, my 14-year-old son, my 7-year-old daughter. My husband was on his way home from work, and basically he fell asleep. Moving forward, if God ever graces us to have children again, he needs to be home with me the full 6 weeks, because I really believe that 6-week period is needed, to just rest, and take care of things that need to be taken care of around the house, and also getting adjusted to the new life, the new young life, and your sleep schedule and everything. And so he fell asleep a little bit for like just a second, and his car ran up on the curb. And when it hit the curb, he opened his eyes, I'm guessing, and he swerved off of the curb, and somehow both of the tires were busted. And it's just if you see the car, it's so weird. I didn't document it. Like, I didn't show pictures. Like, I was just like, I'm done. I didn't even want to take pictures of the car. But by the looks of the car, it looks like somebody hit it, but nobody hit it. Nobody hit the car. It literally was him and wind. It was him, the curb, and wind. And the car looks like somebody hit it. Both tires are blown out. The car is totaled. It's done. It's finito. But the way I reacted was just automatically, I just jumped into protection mode. And so I just got to the scene, grabbed my other 2 kids, dropped them back off at home, came back to watch the car, because the car couldn't even be moved. It was in the middle of the road. Let him go home real quick. Took him home real quick so he could take a shower. Came back to the scene. Left the baby at home with him. With my son, while he came back. While he was up the street taking a bath, I left my baby there with my son and him so he could take a shower, because he was completely dirty, motor oil all over him, because the car started leaking oil, and he's trying to, grab stuff off the ground and everything. So I let him go home, take a shower real quick. I stayed. It was a Friday night, so there was, I knew it was going to be a delay in the police getting there. The EMS came, they put the dirt down and everything, made sure everything was good, told us the car was totaled. So I'm trying to get a hold of my insurance, and then I stayed there till the officer got there. The officer came, and she wanted my husband to come back to the scene, of course, to make sure he wasn't driving drunk or whatever, or drinking. He came back to the scene, and She got his driver's license. She took our insurance information, and then she let us go. And so that was that. But I am more so, I'm more so, you know, shocked about like my response. Like, I'm growing so much spiritually, because normally something like that would have sent me over the edge, where I would have taken a deep dive emotionally, and I would have shut down completely, and probably started drinking again, and just like, you know, probably would have said, forget about breastfeeding this week. I'm just going to drink. I'm going to smoke. I'm going to do whatever. You keep the baby. And then probably would have like really like went hard on my husband. Like, that's who I used to be, you guys. But none of that happened this time. None of that happened. I was disappointed, but at the same time, I was very supportive of my children, making sure they're okay. Nothing happened to them. The airbags blew in the front. My son said the airbag touched his chin a little bit, but his seat was pulled back. So, he's safe. He didn't, like, today's the next day. He woke up no pain. My daughter, no pain. My husband, no pain. So God spared their lives. And so what's important is that God spared their lives. And here is the spiritual part that I want you guys to listen to. Yesterday morning, my husband had the baby. I got, you know, like a 3 to 4 hour stretch of sleep, woke up for a minute and got another 3 hour stretch of sleep. And so like, I was like more rested, you know, to be able to get up. So when he was getting ready for work, I was cleaning up the dishes in the kitchen. I was able to pump. I was able to breastfeed. I was able to do all the things I need to do. And before they got ready to leave, God kept telling me to pray for my son, pray for my son. And so I grabbed some anointing oil, put it on his throat, and I started praying for him. And the reason why I put it on his throat is because I had a dream like 3 days prior that in the dream, like, he couldn't talk. Like, my son could not talk in the dream. This was like 3 or 4 days prior, before the accident happened. He couldn't talk in the dream. And like, when I woke up, it was like God was telling me to pray for your son, but he wanted me to pray with him. And I kept brushing it off, making excuses because I'm tired, because I got a lot going on, and everything like that. But I laid my hands on him yesterday morning before he left, and I prayed over his voice. I didn't know what the dream meant, but I thought it meant like regarding his voice, like the enemy wants to keep him from being his own person, from being a leader, from using his voice. So I just prayed over his voice. And then when I was done, it was like the Holy Spirit led me to pray for my daughter too. So I laid my hands on my daughter as well, prayed for her, laid my hands on my husband, prayed for him. Then my husband laid his hands on me and prayed for me. And they left. And that has not happened in months. Let me just tell you, like, I pray for my family every single day, but me like getting up to lay my hands on them. The last time I laid my hands on my son to pray with him was when I was like 2 days after I got home from the hospital, when I had the baby. That was like 5 weeks ago. So it was unusual for me to do that yesterday, but the Holy Spirit prompted me to do it. And when my son told me that the airbag touched his chin, that then, like, my mind immediately went back to that dream. Like, in the dream, he couldn't talk. And so in my mind, I'm thinking that something bad, because the way the car ended up, my son was supposed to be T-boned. And if he had been awake, he would have been sitting up in the seat. The seat wouldn't have been sitting back, and that airbag would have impacted him so much more. So the enemy was planning to take out his voice somehow, like there was some kind of injury that was supposed to happen to his neck, is what I think. And then, yeah, and and everything like that. And the car was smoking, like it was smoking once the wreck happened. And so you don't know what could have happened from that, But all I want to say is, it's so important, you guys. Your dream life is so important, and it's so important to pray over your family every single day. So I handled it better than my husband, in my opinion, because he's like down, he's like distraught, he doesn't have the car anymore and everything like that. But I'm just like, that car is replaceable. And because this happened, God is going to replace that car quickly. He's going to replace it quickly. It's not going to take long, and it's not going to cost a lot. You know, God is going to show us favor in this situation. And so I just started glorifying God. I started worshiping him. I logged on my Instagram to go live and pray and talk about it. And I was just exceedingly thankful, because what was supposed to happen, what the enemy wanted to happen, is he wanted to take my whole family from me in one day. And I believe I told you guys previously during this vlog earlier that the EMS had to come out for me like 3 days ago. And so the spiritual warfare that we're going through is because we're about to be promoted. Like, God is taking us to a whole new level, and you got to be tested. You got to be tested. Like, you got to be tried by fire. God, your heart, it's like I've been saying, like, God has to test your heart posture. God has to know that you are ready to go to that next level. He wants to see how you respond. And like I said, in the past, this would have sent me over the edge to where I would have like went back to drinking and everything. But in my mind now, it's like I don't have no plan B. Like, God is my only plan. And so in life or in death, no matter what happens, like, God, I don't have nothing else. Like, he's my only answer. So no matter what happens to me, no matter what happens to my family, it's like God is it for me. He's it for me. Like, I'm like, I gave up, you know, my old past life, and I'm not going to go back to that past life because I'm going through something hard. And this situation was hard, but God is teaching me how to maneuver through it. He's teaching me how to build through it. He's teaching me how to stabilize emotionally. He's teaching me how to work through issues healthy, you know what I'm saying? And not coping through things negatively. And I just thank God for that. I'm appreciative of my family. Like, the car didn't matter to me. I said, you know, it's just a car. The car is replaceable. You guys are not replaceable. We're not replaceable. And so it doesn't even matter. And so all day long, I've just been giving God glory. I've been doing well. And I just wanted to pop in and let you guys know that that is how week 5 ended. Like, this is probably the last time I'll see you guys on this vlog. And that's how week 5 ended. But I'm grateful. I'm actually at the grocery store right now. I'm finna go in. My daughter wants some hot dogs for dinner, so I'm gonna go in and get some of those. But that's how week 5 ended, you guys. And it was just a long week. This week was just like spiritual warfare week. But that happens. That's life. It happens, you know. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is that I'm not on here telling you guys that I had to bury my daughter, my son, and my husband. That's the most important part. That's the most important part. They walked away with no scratches. That's the grace of God. That's the grace of God. And that's why I love God. That's why I talk about Jesus. That's why my relationship is so deep with him, because he tells you, he always gives you a warning. He always gives you a sign first. And you may not know why God wants you to pray or why he wants you to do something. But if you hear the Spirit of God leading you, telling you to do something, just be obedient, you guys. Just be obedient. You never know. And this is also to go to say that there's James chapter 5 verse 16, I believe, says that somewhere in that scripture, it says that the prayers of the righteous availeth much. And so God wanted me to pray. And so that being said, don't think your prayers mean nothing. You might be going through a lot, but don't think your prayers mean nothing. Don't think that, you know, your prayers are worthless and that God doesn't answer your prayers. Yes, he does. You have to pray and you have to trust God and you have to believe, because why would God tell me to pray for my family, lead me to pray for my family like that? And then the same day, they are literally they're literally in danger and are at the brink of losing their life. Like, right? And so I'm telling you guys, prayer changes things. Prayer works. And so keep that relationship with God. Don't take your relationship with God for granted. Don't take your prayer life with God for granted. Don't take your dream life for granted. I love you all, and I'll see you guys on the next vlog. Thank you for tuning in. Here she is, you guys. My baby. It's my baby, y'all. I had this car for 7 years and it's gone. I think I'm gonna leave the car mats in there. I'm at the place, the place it went to. Oh, how do I open the trunk? Let me see. Did I forget to open the trunk? I forgot. need the key. I gotta open the trunk. Otherwise, let's just look back here. See if there's anything back here. Oh, right here. My husband wanted this. This is what my husband wanted me to get out the back seat, the trunk. And then I'm gonna put the owner's manual back in here. This is the owner's manual that he took out the car. Put it back in here. Yes, y'all, the airbag's blue. So put that back in here. They're probably just gonna junk the car anyways. Everything's out of there. What about here? Some coins. I'll just get all of this stuff because I don't know if any of this has our names on it or anything. But let me make sure ain't nothing up here. No. So just saying my final goodbyes to the car. So this is the damage that happened to it just by my husband running up on the curb. This happened. All of this happened. It's just so sad. Even shattered my windshield. How did it, how? You would have think something hit him. Like, how did the windshield shatter? It looks like something hit the windshield. Or maybe because the airbag. When the airbag blew, it probably did that. Broke the windshield when the airbag blew. Well, goodbye, vehicle. Love you. Love you, love you. Thank you for being good to me all these years. I got this car like 2 months after I met my husband, after we started dating. Because I had been in a car accident that wasn't my fault. Somebody rear-ended me. I had a different Hyundai. Somebody rear-ended me. And then I got this car 2 months later. And I had it ever since. Have had this car since 2016. So this is kind of sentimental because this car has been here for me all these years. Never got in an accident or anything like that. And then we got a new car recently, a few months ago. And I let my husband start driving this car. And this is what happened after I gave it to him. It's sad. I'm sad to let it go because this is my baby. I've had it for years. But the best is yet to come. So I thank God that even with it looking just like this, God spared our lives. God protected my family. God protected my family. That's the most important thing. And I'm sorry that this happened. Sorry, baby. And I love you. And thank you for everything you did. Thank you.